mean, I think that's a good question, right? Is this Ryan Poles, Khalil Mack signing for this defense, right? Is this comparable to, because what that signaled was we're going for something. It's not we're taking our time. It's not, is signing Khalil Mack the same as, is signing Yannick Ngakoue the same as Ryan Pace going out and getting Khalil Mack?
Okay, so for me, I would say I would say I'm gonna go yes and no, because when they
Well,
sign,
that's not enough. Relax there, Dan Orlovsky. Hey, he might be the worst
I'm gonna
quarterback
go
in
yes
the NFL,
and
but he
no,
might be the
Pat.
MVP.
honestly, I'm go. Okay. So if that's the case, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say no. The Khalil Mack signing, like, while it was great, it was like legit play one day one. He gets the sack on Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's going crazy. I think for this though, the Yannick signing legit. The Max signing was, we're gonna go out and we're going to absolutely try to win now. Like, this defense is ready and built to win now. I feel like the Yannick signing is more so we're trying to win, but at the same time, like, we got these other young pieces. So, like, I feel like we're on the cusp of trying to do that, but it's also like we gotta see. Like,
Yeah, I think that
we got to see it, because everything else, like, it's like Joe said, like, the pieces are in place. You now have it where you're talking about. You was just talking about it the other day. Sanborn misses time. Sewell steps up. And now you got that third linebacker. Even if Jack Sanborn comes back at that point, and one of them doesn't play, you're talking about the depth. Now you got a fourth. If one of them does get hurt, I think if we're talking about where they're going to be, when it's all said and done in the season, I would probably say right outside of the top 10. So I'll probably say 12. I'll probably say 12 or 13. But that's a playoff team in my that's a playoff defense in my opinion.
That's winning the division. This should be a capable team, and I think that no, it's not the same effect as Mac, but he's the part that get us to when we get Mac.
Yeah.
He is the other defensive end we need to have the 4 complementary linemen. So we got the 2 rookies. He has enough, hopefully, experience. And then you said, what was it, Dominique Robinson on the other end?
Dominique Robinson or Travis Gibson is probably coming on the other side.
That's the 7-8 sack guy.
Yeah.
We still need that.
DeMarcus Walker too.
We need that killer. So he's a good piece that we need.
Go ahead.
You know what? I'm just answering your question directly. I think this is one of those moves where he fits a particular need to help us be competitive. Like, if our offense, let's just put this on the table. If we have the offensive game that we think we will have going into it, we have all the pieces on the defense for us to be competitive. I think you made this point a few shows ago that if you had a top 10 offense, you have to have like a top 15 defense to kind of be competitive, or vice versa, right? Just to make the playoffs, and then for those who actually win the Super Bowl, it was a top they had a top 5 of something, top 10 of something. And I think this puts us on the cups of that. Like, if Justin Fields really gets that offense rolling, our defense is tooled enough for us to be competitive and get stops at the right time, for it to be one of those things where one helps the other and not just solely leaning on other. And I think he does that, because we didn't get to the QB a lot last year at all outside of QB.
He comes in. We had 6.5 sacks last season from our defensive line in total. He comes in with 10.
He fills that gap. So now we get pressure on the QB for our defense to actually do what they need to do. What's the boy's name? He's real good. We drafted him last year. Come on, talk to me.
We drafted him last year on defense?
Yeah.
Jaquan Brisker?
Maybe. Anyway, listen, we allow them to do what they need to do by getting pressure on the QB. And that's the biggest thing. Like, look at the games that we lost. And we lost by like 1 score, and we didn't get real pressure on the QB. That changes now.
Yeah.
That changes simply from him. That's not even looking at offense. Just from a defensive perspective, we have enough pressure now for those games where we lost by one score or a late game to totally have a different outcome. And that's exciting if you're a Bears fan, because now it's like no matter what, we have enough. We've insulated this situation enough where we have multiple chances to actually get etch out a win, and it's not just on one side of the ball.
Well, and that's why I say that I do think that this is on the par of Khalil Mack,
And
right?
it
Like
was Brisker, by the way.
I don't think that it's the same, right? But why I do think it's on par with Khalil Mack, or in that same line of thinking, is because Yannick Ngakoue makes the rest of this defense better. That's what Khalil Mack did, right? Remember, Kyle Fuller, we thought he was terrible. We thought he was okay, right? He was like, he's all right. Like
I thought he was good.
He plays cornerback, but I never thought that he was, you got to pay this guy when he's up for a contract. But all of a sudden, when he came up for a contract and Khalil Mack's there, and I believe he had 8 interceptions that season, something like that. Now it's like, well, we got to pay this guy. All of a sudden, turn this guy.
Trayvon before Trayvon.
Trayvon before Trayvon, right? So for me, I do think that this is on par with going out and getting a guy like Khalil Mack, because I think it allows other guys on your defensive line to be better. I think opposite of him, you got 2 guys in DeMarcus Walker, Rasheem Green. I think that Travis Gibson might be able to even have a bounce back season, because when Travis Gibson was at his best, he had 7 sacks, 2 seasons ago. You know, he was a guy who, you know, was benefiting off of what the defense had, well, off of the Khalil Macks, off of, right? So I'm not surprised off of Akeem Hicks being in there. I think that this is the move that makes the rest of your defense show what they can do.
Well, you got a D-line. We finally will have it. The D-line is kind of almost built.
Yeah.
And then you can make it better. Like that D-line is probably good enough to work, but then it's also like with next year, we're going to end up getting, you know, another person to help. You know, we get a prized rookie. Maybe there's a free agent signing that comes in that really takes that defense over the top. It's a good defensive line.
Yeah.
And if the 2 rookies can do their part, because we need that penetration from the 2 gap or the nose tackle coming up. So that's where I think we have a confident D-line that makes the secondary better. It makes everybody better.
Yeah, and you have to go out there and be able to get that pressure up the middle. They've made a focus at that. And this is just like, hey, we had to do something at the edge. We might as well go out and get the best. And I love that Ryan Poles waited them out, man. 116 in the building, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this joint. Appreciate y'all for showing love as always, man. All right, so we talked about 2 of the 3 topics here, man. And I think that this is the real one where it comes down to what we're going to see this season. What do you think the expectation is of the front office of this team now? Is this we're going all in, we're trying to make a run in the playoffs? Or is this we're just removing the expectation, or we're removing all the excuses from Justin Fields?